Hello everyone, welcome to the ichimokucharts.com daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Thursday, May the 24th, 2012. Well, a change of trend today, a candle that's made a higher high and a higher low, as opposed to the previous day's candle which made a lower high and a lower low. Yesterday I mentioned the possibility of that change of trend with the price action being very strongly rejected from just below the 1300 level, and we have had that change of trend. Having said that, however, the close is only just above the previous close. So the amount of keenness that we're seeing from the buyers is only relatively small, and that's the case for the previous 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days. This very large white body candle, we had the buyers extremely keen, but then they've lost a lot of that keenness. They're not making a lot of progress as they're trying to retrace this very substantial downtrend. That does raise some doubt about the continuation of the trend to the upside by itself. Also, the size of the small black bodies, 3 small black bodies in a row here, means that for each day the buyers are making a very small amount of net bullish progress, and that also raises doubt. Having said that, however, for the previous 2 days the buyers have managed to close with control of this market by closing up towards the high, and in this case today we're between the high and the midpoint level, so still some decent control maintained by the buyers, and we have shadows on the bottom of these candles representing the sellers losing commitment as they traded down to these lower levels, so that does raise some doubt about the power of the sellers. The market is finding resistance at the Tenkan-sen today, and that's what was suggested as previously when we have a very strong downtrend in place. The Tenkan-sen is the first area where we find resistance, and we saw that 2 trading periods ago, and today where we see the shadow on the top representing rejection from that area. There is a possibility that we could see a change of trend, but as I've said, the sellers aren't supporting the market at the moment, even though the buyers are looking fairly weak. If the market does continue trading up, and there is a possibility you could see that, we do have some resistance now around this swing high around roughly around the 1330 level, and obviously the 1333 level of previous support and resistance is having its influence. Above there, strong resistance at 1347 up to the Kijun-sen at 1353, all the way up to the top of the cloud. To the downside, if we do see this market come off, then obviously support around the round number 1300 extending down below to 1295 and to roughly around the 1290 area. But below that, not a lot of support until the market finds support around the 1277 level. In terms of the Fibonacci extension, what we're looking at is the relationship now of this uptrend that the market's in compared to the previous time the market was trending up. So we're looking at this swing from down around the 1292 level to the roughly 1329 level, and with this swing beginning at 1296. So the market is reacting around the 61.8% level of this prior upswing, so that may be some indication that the market has potential to change trend. When we're seeing these small bodied candles, it does represent a lack of momentum from the buyers, and this 61.8% level at 1319 could hold. We've also had some rejection from the 78.6% level, which is only a minor level, but it could be significant. We've seen this small shadow on the top of the candle. If we do see the market continue trending up, the 100% level is at 1333, coincides with that strong support and resistance level that I've highlighted, but it could also mean that the market takes out that swing high there, and that would change the trend in the second time frame. We would have a trough, a peak, a higher trough, and then a higher peak if we take out that level and trade to 1333. So that could be significant for this market, and that's an area to watch if tomorrow's trading does trade up to that level. If we see rejection from there, we could see the market come off. If we see a bullish approach there and perhaps a bullish close above there, then the 161.8% level at 1355 could be a possible target, and that coincides with the area around the Kijun-sen, so that would be a natural area of resistance for this market based on the Fibonacci extension. Now in terms of Ichimoku, the market is bearish in the long-term time frame by trading below the cloud, also bearish in the medium-term time frame by trading below the Kijun-sen, the pink line here, and pretty much neutral in the fast-term time frame by trading at the Tenkan-sen. The Chikou span is below the corresponding price action, so it's confirming the bearishness that we're seeing in the long-term and medium-term time frames. So we have a market that's bearish in higher time frames, neutral in the short-term time frame, possibility that it could turn bullish in the short-term time frame, but we don't really have the buyers strongly supporting the trend to the upside. They're not gaining a lot of momentum as we've traded throughout the previous 2 days, but by the same token we've seen price action rejected from lower levels by the sellers. The buyers have come in around these lower levels, so the sellers aren't supporting the market at the moment either. So really quite a neutral market in that short-term time frame. Let's wait for resolution. If we do have a bullish breakout above this Tenkan-sen and bullish activity above there, we could easily be trading to 1333. If we see the market take out the low of the current candle, testing down to 1300 and just below very quickly wouldn't surprise.